Did you know that Madonna holds the record for the most #1 dance hits on the Billboard charts? Hey everyone, welcome to Up to Speed with David, the show where I chatted up with some folks you might recognize, and we get into everything from how they're crushing it in their respective industries to what's trending on their social media feeds. I'm David, and every episode I'm celebrating these success stories, selfishly getting some expert advice, and cutting it up with some really cool people. Before we welcome my very first guest, be sure to hit like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you can get in on this Kiki. And be sure to stick around until the very end because I'll be breaking down what's poppin' in pop culture, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. Okay, let me get you up to speed. The Princess of Light, a New York institution, a 2025 New York City Pride Grand Marshal, a couture girl who rubs elbows with the likes of Whoopi Goldberg, Bevy Smith, Coleman Domingo, and so many more. The queen of the residency, the mother of flirting, and the goddess of the dolls who speaks in a language that can only be described in one way, Lina. It is my sincere pleasure to get up to speed with my friend, the incomparable DJ Lina Bradford.
Come on with that intro, my God. Literally, I'm like, I need you to do every announcement. That was it, honey. I'm like, any other one? Thank you for the timing. Thank you for the thought. But baby, you just put a coffin and a nail in it. That was everything.
Oh, I love you so much. I love
you so much.
Well, I have to admit, when I was prepping for this interview, I was initially going to selfishly talk about you being Grand Marshal in 2025 for New York City Pride. And I was going to talk about how it was a full circle moment for us as what I like to call a platonic LGBTQ plus long-term non-relationship couple. But I did some digging and I found out something that was super interesting, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about it. Your grandmother, who you've told me a few stories here and there, but I didn't know that she participated in the Pride March in the S&M contingent. Mm-hmm. So your history with Pride goes way back. What was it like being raised by a woman like that? And did you feel her there with you at the Pride March last year?
Pride for me, these last, feels like almost 10 something years, has been with you. Mm. You've been my Pride experience. So that in itself was a special, as you said, commitment marriage, if you will. Nothing to your man, because I love him. But that was a surreal moment to me. And I was like, you know what? Regardless of whatever this is supposed to be, I get to do this with my brother David. So that's what my first high was. Other things started to touch me, like, my first time doing my first Pride and being on a Pride float and blah, blah, blah. And then thinking of my grandmother, knowing what she had been doing and seeing her, do it was just kind of like, oh my God, this is like a full circle thing.
Lina Bradford is on that New York City Pride Wikipedia page as Grand Marshal 2025, okay? Now, Lina, you are a DJ, you are a dancer, you are an actress, you are a media personality, but you're also the hostess with the mostest. And your most recent gig is a podcast called The Cutting Up a Kiki with Connie and Lina. Now, with everything that you have going on, I love it. It is fabulous. How did you decide to add this onto your plate and also give it your all because it's so good?
I like to be busy, but I like to be busy with things that mean and have a grit to me, or else I'm good. You know what I mean? Like I'm in Aries. I'm already up at 3:30 a.m. As you know, I'm doing the most. So I'm already, escalated to a speed that most people aren't ready to do by the time it's noon. For me, it feels like 6 p.m., So, but with the projects and things that it is that I do, I like to feel very present and I like to feel like they speak to me. And there's a reason why they're being brought to me. So, from doing, my talk show, The Dollhouse, I had paused that for a bit, but I had wanted to do this podcast with my girlfriend, Connie. Jason Canner, a good friend of ours who owns Soul Model Management. modeling agency. We were out for dinner. It was like a late birthday for me, and we were at Mr. Chow's, and he's like, first of all, you two, you've got this thing. I mean, it's like 30 plus years, of Sistrix. That's kind of where it started to like get its legs, and it was like around the first year out of the pandemic. So we were already kind of like, okay, this might be a thing. And then fast forward many moons to probably about a year ago, he's like, yeah, I think you guys need to put some legs on this. And the timing and everybody lined up with it just happened to work with our producers and, Pride Media and Josh and Matt and Daryl and other Daryl. So I got to say that, when I'm ready to do things, the universe really starts to bring all these beautiful cherubs into my realm. There's so many great people into my life. That's the way I stay very aligned with my spirituality and with things that it is that I decide to take on.
Yeah, and it flows so seamlessly. So you could definitely see that there's a history there between the two of you. And you're so natural with all of your guests. Like Lina is Lina across the board.
I am. I have the gift of gab. And to you, brother.
Well, from one host to another, one of my favorite things that you host, and you know this, is Lina's Lounge at Cafeteria on Fridays in Chelsea. I try to get out there as much as possible, but I will tell you, my liver can't handle it.
Oh, those damn tequila shots.
They will get you.
They'll get you.
But
famous line is, it's going to hurt tomorrow.
Yes. But when I'm not there, I am definitely stalking your social media to see what the looks are. And you've been giving suits a moment.
I've been having a suit moment.
What is the suit moment? Because I am.
Because I have a suit jacket on too. I love a double-breasted situation.
I love it. That oversized.
Yeah, but with a tailored. You know what I mean? Thank you. It's funny. I've had some of them for a minute, and then as we're on our fitness journey. I've had to have a lot of those. But I was just like, I'm feeling a suit moment, and I hadn't done a suit moment in a minute. Because my home is, especially my dressing room, is like what, there's never going to be a starvation of fashion. And so I was like, you know what, let's go there. And then as I was just something, all of a sudden I saw the what was it Valentino? I think it was Valentino runway, and honey, boom, they were doing all of that structure. I was like, get out of here. So I saw this whole suit moment, and I was like, okay, yeah, I was onto something, but I'd had an inclination beforehand. But when I saw the structure, I was like, yeah, let's just go there and like fucking kill it.
Slaying it. It's so good. And one of my favorite things about you as a DJ is how you build your sets. Like you did that J-Lo theme night for me for my birthday.
Yeah.
And it was such a story arc. So how do you go about building your sets?
I love that you notice that and that you see that, because for me, how I started DJing was, a story. I want to take you on a journey from the first song to, the last song. And like I said, it doesn't matter how many people were there in the very beginning. Like I need that as a dancer, as a performer, as everything, It's just like, you just can't just go right into it. You have a build. And I love putting a storyline together, like especially for, beautiful people like yourself. I'm going to have so much fun curating. I like curating. I like putting together a vibe, a moment, and everything. And that, from anything, from a corporate event to a good friend to a wedding, those things. And I think it comes back to me being a doll and a Barbie collector. When I would put together storylines with my girlfriends, are like, you put together the best stories. I'm like, hello. So I think that, from being a dancer and all the things, that's how I go into it.
And now, speaking of the dolls, I was going to ask this later, but you offered me a beautiful transition. You are known for being a doll collector, but you are also a doll protector because you stand up for your community all the time.
Yeah.
How do you show up and show out so often and so consistently for your community?
It's like breathing for me. I don't know any other way. I'm an only child, so there's that I have a lot of empathy, and I care. I do care. I couldn't be in all of the things and the hats that it is that I wear if I didn't care. I love people. I will be the last rah queen for humanitarian essence and energy and empathy, all of those things. Like that's just me. That's the hokey pokey hippie chick in me. I will not give up on that. And that's my breath. That's my breath every day. I don't care how many people are listening, seeing. I will always be there. If you need my help, even you don't even need to ask. I'm that chick. Like that's just how I'm wired, So I don't think about it.
I have to tell you, you inspire me so deeply. When I turned 40, I had already been thinking about this change in my life and shifting careers. You know me as an event producer and building out Pride and World Pride. And it was towards the end of my World Pride journey that I was like, I think I need to step into something new. And I picked up your friend's book, Bevelation.
Yep, got it here too.
Yeah. The incredible Bevy Smith.
Yeah.
She coined the term, it gets greater later.
It does get greater later.
And you age, my friend, like a glass of fine wine. And how do you stay so inspired and so full of light and so electric?
I do acute it back to my Aries, cryo chamber. I love life. I love life, and I'm very optimistic. So even when people look and they're thinking that we're living in darkness, I only see positivity. And I think that that's the reason why people are attracted to any of the hats that it is that I wear or you wear. You're the same way. We have this way of just bringing people in and making them feel like they're getting a big hug and they've never met you before. Like, you know me, I still always get very nervous before anything, but I realize it's the energy that I'm about ready to put out. I don't ever want to feel like, oh yeah, it's another gig. It's another this. No. I want all that energy building up inside of me to feel like, you know what I mean? Because then when I'm up there, I don't know what's happening. All I know is you're just getting the rawest, most purest light and energy from me. And that's how I love showing up every day. So that's what gets me also out of bed and allows me to feel and look so effervescent, is because I am connected and I care.
So important to stay connected and to remind folks like your timeline is your timeline.
Right.
No one else's.
It will bamboozle you when you least expect it, sweetheart. Yep. You can't sometimes push things at your timeline. The universe does not work on the same time that we do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And we've had this discussion off camera about certain things. You got to be real present, and you've just got to continue to show up and do, and the universe will provide when it's right and ready for you.
That's exactly.
But you can't push. Sometimes you'll block the blessings if you push too hard.
Right. Sometimes you just gotta play it cool.
Yeah. And by the way, your skin looks buff.
Oh, thanks. So I was going to call you the Princess of Light, but we're in our goddess era now.
We're in the goddess era, dog.
But you're also a nightlife icon, a real one. I know that people are throwing that word icon around.
Oh, those words, I can't like fierce, diva, icon, legendary, like kids. First of all, if you've only been here for 2 minutes on this earth, you don't even know what those words are yet, honey. And you're not one.
Right. There is
no shade. No shade.
You just got to work for it.
And then it starts taking away from all the people who really did earn and have put their accolades and their time and their backbone and scraping their knees to get there and to do these things, that it's like when you hear it now, it's like, that doesn't mean anything coming from there.
And you're known across New York for all of these titles. But one thing that I like to think you're known for is the language of Lina.
Oh, Lina's language.
It is fun. It is funny. It is flirty, the 3 Fs. And it's also queer as...
I have always had my own language.
That's it. I was going to ask, where does village and sistrix and language, where does it all come
Ina,
from?
Sheena, all of those things. It comes from my mother planet. I'm from planet Ishla. So, I at every point and timeline that I've been on this planet, shape-shifting spiritual witches, if you will, I have had different languages that have come through moments in my life. Like in the very beginning, it was so different. The 90s, it was so different. The early 2000s was so different. And now where I'm at right now is just very kind of universal and everything. It's like, I feel like, okay, this is where we are. This is where we're supposed to be with it at. A marriage of all of them, but it's the grown-up version.
I remember going to my first Lina's Lounge, and I didn't stay for very long. I was by myself. I was nervous.
Yes, I remember that.
But I had another event to go to. I left. I called my husband, who couldn't come with me that night, and I was like, "Girl, you've got to go to Lina's Lounge. It is like stepping into this like portal of time where everyone is like 90s queer in New York." I was like, I felt safe and transformed, but also kind of like I was at a speakeasy. It was all of the things.
Thank you, baby. That's like how I like to make it feel. I want you to feel, most importantly, just like you're having porridge and you're getting a big hug and you're just, you're with family, kinfolk. You're at a cookout. I want it to be unpretentious and just a throwdown, a juke joint, a throw easy, like you said. You know what I mean? Like it's home. It's home. And for anybody of any, if you got soul in your heart, baby, all you need to do is just walk through these doors.
It really is. It is the safest space in New York City.
Thank you, my beautiful angel. I really appreciate that.
Lina, it would not be Up to Speed with David if we did not do an Up to Speed round. So I'm going to ask you a series of questions. You've got to answer as many as you can within a minute.
Okay.
Now, you're my first guest, so you're setting the bar. I'm going to do this with every other guest after you.
Okay.
So let's set this bar high.
All right, let's do this.
I will start the timer after I finish asking the first question.
Okay, so you're going to ask me a question and I got to have that answer ready.
Yep.
Okay.
If you could only spin one genre of music for the rest of your life, what would that be?
Ooh, 70s.
Madonna or Gaga?
Madonna.
Madonna or Mariah Carey?
Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey or J-Lo?
J-Lo.
J-Lo or Cher?
Cher.
Cher or Whitney?
Cher.
Cher or Beyonce?
Cher.
Cher or Diana Ross?
That's evil. Cher Ross?
Cher Ross, we'll take it. Favorite Pride anthem?
Oh, Mighty Real. Mighty Real. We're going to go with Mighty Real.
If you could bring back one...
No, I'm coming out. I'm coming out.
If you could bring one club back from 90s New York, what would it be?
Oh, the Sound Factory.
Do you have a favorite doll in your collection?
Yes. And if they hear me, they'll kill me. Tuesday Taylor.
And, that is time. You got 11.
Oh, okay. All right. 11 is good.
11 is good. 11 is good. Lina.
Oh my God. That was fun. I want to do it again. I love it. Share.
That was my answer.
Come on. Hello.
That was
but
my
then
answer.
You messed me up with Ross.
I
was
knew
like,
it.
Cher Ross?
I knew it. That was a good one. Cher Ross. I would love to see that mashup. Well, Lina, thank you. So
it's not over. This is too much fun.
We're going to have to do it again.
Hello, holla bread.
We'll have you on Husbanter, the podcast with my husband.
You already know, honey. We're having you on the Cutting Up and Kiki with Connie and Lina.
I am there.
I love you, baby.
I love
and I'm
you.
so proud of you always. Thank you for having me, my angel.
Thank you for being my first guest.
Always.
And where can people follow you?
The Lina Bradford on the socials. And of course, every Friday at Lina's Lounge at Cafeteria on 17th and 7th Sugar. And of course, every Sunday, you can hear me on Radio Andy, the Cutting Up and Kiki on Andy Cohen's Kiki Lounge.
That's right.
From 7 to 10.
Love you, Lina.
Love you too, baby.
That was such a great conversation. I could honestly talk to Lina all day. But if you're ready, let's shift gears because it's time to get up to speed on what's poppin' in pop culture this week. And one of the biggest stories trending right now involves Queer Eye and a moment that caught a lot of people by surprise. As the Fab Five were out promoting their 10th and final season of the show, Karamo Brown made a last-minute decision to skip several major live interviews, including CBS Mornings and Today with Jenna and Chanel. And when I say last minute, I mean like literally an hour before airtime. Now the rest of the cast, Anthony Pravosky, Tan France, Jonathan Van Ness, and Jeremiah Brent, still showed up live and were asked on the spot to react to Karamo's absence. Karamo later explained his decision in a statement, saying he felt mentally and emotionally abused for years, even citing fear of showing up and being bullied. His therapist advised him to protect his peace by not attending. He didn't name who or what caused these feelings, but he was very clear about prioritizing his mental health. He also sent a video message to Today telling viewers that he was modeling the same message Queer Eye has shared for nearly a decade. Love yourself, protect yourself, even when it's hard. Now, the reactions from his co-stars were honest, emotional, and very real. Here, let's take a look at a clip from CBS Mornings.
Our Queer Eye family, we've been doing this for almost a decade, which is pretty wild to believe. And families are complicated.
Yes.
And we're definitely not excluded from that.
We have to meet people where they're at.
Yes.
And he has taught people to center what they need, and I'm actually really proud of him. Center what you need, do the things you need to do to take care of you. I'd be lying if I didn't feel like that sometimes.
Yes.
And so I think it's really beautiful, and I think we do need to center what's best for us sometimes, and my hat off to him for doing that today.
Since those interviews have aired, fans online noticed that Karamo unfollowed all of his castmates except Jeremiah Brent. It's sad to see any friendship dissolve, especially publicly. But will the tensions between the Fab Five family be noticeable in the final season? I guess we'll all have to tune in to find out. No matter what, this does not erase over a decade of positive representation and beautiful storytelling. What it is a reminder that even on shows built around joy and healing and transformation, the people behind them are still human. And as Queer Eye wraps its final chapter, conversations about mental health, boundaries, and honesty are very much a part of that legacy. Queer Eye's 10th and final season is streaming now on Netflix, with all episodes available to watch. And don't go anywhere just yet. Let's do a quick up-to-speed roundup on two other stories that are lighting up the internet. First up, another family drama. Brooklyn Beckham is making headlines after posting a series of emotional statements on social media confirming that his rift with his parents, David and Victoria Beckham, is, in his words, irreparable. Brooklyn accused his parents of years of control, press manipulation, and tension surrounding his marriage to Nicola Peltz Beckham, including disputes tied to their wedding, even going as far as accusing his mother Victoria of sabotaging his big day. He says stepping away from his family has brought him peace, while the Beckham family has yet to publicly respond. And finally, let's end on a high note, huh? Hilary Duff is officially back on stage and in her pop era once again. She just kicked off her first tour in nearly 20 years with a sold-out show in London, performing classics like Come Clean and So Yesterday, while also previewing music for her upcoming album, Luck or Something. Fans lost it when she recreated her iconic With Love choreography, proving some pop moments really are timeless. And well, that's the show. A huge thank you to DJ Lina Bradford for joining me today, and thank you for watching. If you had fun, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who loves spilling tea as much as we do. New episodes of Up to Speed with David drop every other Thursday right here on YouTube. So turn on those notifications and don't miss a thing. Until next time, I'm David, and you're officially up to speed.